What happened on November 4th in the starts with a K, Capitol? It's not really on a whole lot of news channels right now. Benny Johnson did do a video on it, and I will put a link to that in the description of this video, but I'm hard pressed to find any more information about it. So it doesn't seem that a lot of media is covering this. I'm going to have to be very careful with my language. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fortune Cookies, your ultimate destination for political, celebrity, royal, and musical tarot readings. So I'm going to be very careful in this video. This is going to be a tough one for me to do. I know the powers that be are really cracking down on a lot of language. There was an event here in the Capitol, in the country that I'm in. You all know where I am. And it was an event, a gathering of people who are feel a certain way about certain things that are going on in a certain country where there's an issue happening. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's in the Middle East. So Benny had compared this to another date in our illustrious American history that was a couple of years ago. That was a big deal. It was in a January month. The events that happened over this weekend of November 4th, I'm recording this on November 6th at about 1:30 in the afternoon. The events that happened there, the footage that we're seeing, that again is very difficult to find, very different from what we saw in that January day. So I am curious, and I'm going to leave it to you. Like I said, I'm going to put a link to his video in here, and you can do your own research, as I always tell people to do, because this is my own psychic downloads, my own psychic impressions, and my own psychic reading. So you can do your own research and figure out what you can figure out, because there's a dearth of information on this one. But I want to look at the government response to it. As I started recording this, 46 is giving a speech right now. I tuned in for a minute, and he is talking about high-speed rail, which A, is very expensive, and B, is not really something I think that we need today. Given the economy, given the way that people are living and tightening their belts, I don't think that this is something that should be a priority. So it looks like they're going to continue to push that platform. But I want to see if they're going to respond to the events that happened over the weekend on November 4th. So let's bring up the card view. And as always, thank you so much for being here. If you're brand new, I hope you stick around. It's going to be a little tricky to follow because I can't say certain words. So I can't say words. So let's take a look. And as always, when I do my political reading, I do try and bring out the big deck energy for my girl, Alicia Wicker. This is her original true crime and conspiracy deck with the expansion pack. Both are available on her website. I will link that as well. So we're going to start with some tarot cards first. And Alicia, if you're watching, I think I need bigger selenite for this deck. Or fatter selenite. So let's see, was the house that this happened in front of, were they alarmed by the response or the actions of the crowd? Were they alarmed by it? There were people on fences. There were flags being waved. I don't get the sense that they were alarmed right away. This was some of the voices in the room were, this is, exactly what democracy is all about, being able to wave your flag and say your piece, and everyone goes their separate ways. So, there was this element. Boy, this guy's cold right now. Let me warm him up. Whew. Warm this sucker up. So there was some element of excitement because people were speaking their minds, letting their piece be heard. The security was alarming. The manner in which the crowd behaved was expected to be a little bit more decorous, a little more well behaved, better etiquette. The rules um, of having an event like that, having a parade like event like that, um, they're they're always shocked that I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they acted like that. It's you can't legislate people to be nice. You can't do it. And the madness of crowds is a real thing. And this is something that governments and leadership fail time and time again. And then it smacks them in the face and they go, oh wow, people aren't nice. Some people aren't nice. They're shocked by it every time. They still think under the surface here with our page of pentacles, they do think that they can kind of write the rules of engagement, write the rules of behavior here, but they don't understand the people that they're working with here. This is, again, the madness of crowds. They don't seem to understand how angry people can get and how demonstrative they can get with that anger. They don't seem to realize that on the inside. And I think they will fail time and time again to put security things in place. Now, personally, I think the cow is already out of the barn. I have half of my big deck energy here. Again, this is Alicia Wicker's own personal deck, which is fantastic. If you're a card reader and you don't have one, go get it. Someone in your life is a card reader, go buy it as a gift. All right, we're getting this big deck energy here. And I am going to split it up. I am going to do it in two groups here. So we're going to have one group there, and we'll have one big group here. So was this expected? The delight that we're seeing up here at people exercising their voice, was this expected? Did they expect it to pop off the way that it did, even if security was not prepared for it? Because that's what I'm getting here, is that the security was not, their intel was not entirely 100% truthful. It was a bit more water out of the fire hose than they expected. Affair. Oh, well, there, he showed up. Underwater. Secret space program. And evil. All right, so let's get some clarifiers here. So affair is definitely something that's titillating them. And I think that this guy is also an indication of being titillated. Underwater is something that they are trying to muffle the noises of. If you think about it, if you shove something underwater, we're trying to muffle the sounds that you can hear. So it's not very clear. Secret space program. I'm going to have to come back to that one. But the E word, this one here, I think we are dealing with some sketchiness. Was this planned? Did they want all of Anna's cards to fall on the floor? Yes, I think. I don't know if you guys heard that, but they all fell on the floor. So we're just going to work with the remainder of this deck. The big deck energy was too much for me to handle. Neighborhood. Home. Oh. Fascination. Jealousy. Celebrity. I think we may have seen more of this vibe coming through. Was that the concern? Or was that the goal? Concern or goal? We're going to pull one itty bitty rider. Wait for that. Right from the center. Concern or goal? There's indecision on that. There's definite indecision on that. So I'm just going to throw this out here. Are we looking for replacement? I know Axelrod was talking about it. They still don't have enough data on it. They can't move forward with him. They can't figure out how they're going to get out of it, but it's going to take all of their skills. So is the reduction of 46's power? I just threw another one of Alicia's cards across the room. Alicia, your cards are flying everywhere. Is the reduction of his power, is this one of the steps? Having these party-like events outside a certain house. Are they going to keep doing this? Are they going to keep doing that? Now we're getting somewhere. Family dynasty. They got to cut that sucker off. Honest politician. Come on. Bloodline. So yeah, I think what we're looking at here, I think they're trying to reduce this family dynasty from happening. Now, if there's an honest politician involved in all this, I think it's someone who's honestly saying that they are an ishbag, because I don't think that there's anyone that really comes off well in this. I think having these kinds of events crop up, I don't think the expectation of the event was that it was going to pop off the way that it did. But I think once it did pop off, they were pleased with it because it looks like he is weaker in his position. And it also opens the door for opportunities for things to happen, like things like that may happen. I think that is something that they're not really guarded. The lion's not at the gate anymore. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. So I think it's amazing that that card just jumped out, because this is not guarding the gate anymore. Let's leave that out there for a second. Are we not guarding the gate for 46 very well? Justice, the fool. Oh, they're going to let him do stupid stuff. They're going to let him do stupid stuff. Absolutely. So justice is there. The King of Swords, that's him talking. So what we're seeing with this justice card is good things will come to those who do good things. Bad things will come to those who do bad things. We're going to let the natural law sort everybody out. If this is not guarding the gate, this is letting him run at the mouth. Our King of Swords is talking. Now, typically this King of Swords, when he's in reverse, we're looking at more of nonsensical chatter, lies, that sort of thing, things you can't rely on. But they're just going to let him run. And the Fool card here is telling us that they're just going to let him run unguided. And they're going to let him run with what he thinks is endearing and charming to people. So, telling us more corn pop stories, that kind of thing. They're going to let him run with it because that is what's going to show him as not well versed, not a good leader. And then we bring in our gentleman who will, or lady, who's going to swoop things up. So I do think that there's something to this whole event. I don't think that it was engineered, but I think they were glad to see it happen. I think they know the optics are good, and not reporting on it is very interesting. The optics are good to kind of sow the seeds of doubt in 46 for his next 2024 run. So are they just going to let him bottom out? They're just going to let him bottom out. They really don't have to help at this point. I mean, if they want to make him look bad, he doesn't need help. So rival, they're going to let him talk smack about rivals. Liberation exposed. That liberation. Are we talking about the you, the place in the you? Are we talking about you? Timeline issues. Yes. The interest in the you. We're going to find out some different things about that. He'll be exposed. It's going to be of his own doing. He's going to run at the mouth. Unfortunately, this guy runs at the mouth. We're going to find out all the shady stuff. There's going to be no escape, but there's going to be protection. I think they're going to go with the old man. He's just an old man. Can't really do much time. And it kind of was like a whole thing, it was a whole series of events that just kind of collapsed in on itself. So that is super interesting. I don't think he's going to be in that much trouble at the end of it all, but I do think the bad blood will out. So why is the media silent on this? Are we going to hear more about this? Why are we not hearing anything about this? Why is this not huge news? Why am I hearing about electric trains, high-speed rail? Why am I hearing about that? And not hearing about people on the fence, waving flags, spray painting with red paint? Why is the media silent on this one? Why? Ugh. Media is excited about moving forward with this exciting new time. They're very excited about us moving forward with a different leadership, a different type of leadership. That 3 of Cups is coming together. The Chariot is moving forward. Wheel of Fortune, we're going to have some growing pains, but then we're going to have this new leadership, this King of Wands, the Emperor under the surface. That is very, very tight control. When we get the King of Wands and the Emperor together, we're talking about a real strong-handed leadership. Very, very strong-handed. So you got to keep that in mind, that this is really, really an intense amount of control. In the moon in reverse, we're going to see things that are revealed. Things will come out in the wash. It's not going to be sugar-coated. We're not going to be told, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to be told this is for your own good, and that everyone should just shut up and put up. That Ace of Cups at the top, again, this is the MSM, that they are working with this. And what else can we get? Let's squeeze a little of this big deck energy and see what Alicia's deck gives us. Man-made disaster. We are creating this. World leader. Hoax. Humanoid. Oh boy. Wooded area. Things are going to be concealed. So man-made disaster. world leader. This is something that's created, and we're going to see a death hoax and a substitute here. It doesn't have to be humanoid like a data like a bot or something like that. This can be just this can be somebody dressed up in a mask, maybe somebody in a mask. And wooded area, things are going to be concealed. It's going to be very tricky to get through it. School. Alarm. Ooh, are we going to see schools be affected? Oh my goodness, I hope not. I hope not. So, I know things that I can't say right now. Sorry, guys. I don't want my channel to get shut down. So I am going to say that there are, we should be very, very cautious about these places and possible plans to have events at those places to disrupt everything that is going, cruising along in our country. I'm actually going to shut down this reading. I may do a private event so we can discuss this further, but I do not feel that it is in my channel's best interest to continue this right now. I will post this video though, and if you have any questions, you can comment or send me an email. Okay, so I don't think this is the last we're going to hear of this, but I'm going to pull down the card view. I'm going to pick up all Alicia's cards that are on the floor. If this is your first time here, I am sorry that this is such a shady, zip-lipped kind of video, but unfortunately, can't say certain things on this channel. And we went into a certain place where I don't want to discuss it anymore here on the channel in a public thing. So all of you, I hope you have a great day. Again, if you'd like your own private reading with me, there's a link in the signature below, in the description below. You can go to my website, fortunecookiestarot@gmail, or you can email me at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com, or go to fortunecookiestarot.com. You can see my scheduler link there. You can see events that are coming up, and you can send me questions by email. That would be great. Okay, so everybody stay safe, stay healthy,